It's just so beautiful how many different species there are here and how they're all here for a specific reason. They're all interacting with each other in the perfect way. All you can do is just sit and admire the beauty of the design of nature. When I was here for a long period of time, I would sit on the deck, and every morning these tiny clouds would migrate through the mountains all the way to the ocean. It was all the moisture from the earth coming out in the morning, and I would watch this like special magic steam making its way to the ocean. And I would sit during a thunderstorm, be completely still, and watch the lightning strikes happening all around me. It was like looking at a big painting and watching all of these elements interacting with each other in the space. And then when I was away from this place, I was creating these paintings where the elements are transforming and moving through the space because I was just yearning for it so badly.
This is my boyfriend actually carrying the boards home. Right now we're gonna get a shot of me carrying the boards, which isn't fiction because I carried the boards from all the way over yonder.
I don't know if it's just been this longing to be back by the ocean or what pulled me at first to the shells, but I've just been obsessed with shells this whole year. Holding them, looking at them, putting them in different spaces in my room, giving them as a gift, receiving them as a gift. I think also because the other carvings that I was doing before, they're this tablet or this piece of this ancient object, this essence of artifact that has some information inscribed in it. To me, the seashell is just this perfect symbol of an artifact. When you find it on the ocean, it's an artifact holding all of this information and stories about the life that was inside of it before. And the beautiful shape of it is made from the life inside of it growing and getting bigger and bigger. Set our intention for the day. Well, today I'm working on painting this carving. I don't know how I feel about it right now. I feel like every time I come to the studio, I'm either feeling fantastic about what I'm making and I love it and I feel so on my path and I feel this is what I meant to do. There's no confusion, and sometimes I just spend the whole day feeling like I have no idea what I'm doing. What am I even doing in the studio? What am I even making? Well, I don't know. Maybe everyone feels like that. But some days I've been feeling awesome, feeling like a rock star. There's always a certain point that I reach when I'm making a painting and I'm having these different communications with it and I'm seeing the layering happening. There's always one point I reach where I feel like it's its own person, it's its own being, it has its own personality. And then when I come into the studio, I feel like I have company. I had never painted before college, and originally I was really into photography, and that's what I applied for school with all of my photos and some films, and I thought I was for sure going to do film. And then I had a spontaneous desire to just learn how to paint, and I thought, you know what, I've been taking photos for a long time and doing film for a long time, and I'm at this amazing school, I might as well get an education in something that I don't know how to do. Sometimes I have to give something to the painting that it's asking for that's just in service of the overall journey of the painting that's not necessarily going to end up there. And I'm not really a paint a bunch and then scrape away kind of painter, but still there are some things that are there just for the moment and I know will maybe be covered up after. Part of the communication with the painting is like feeding it and nourishing it in a way. And I think even like having the candles or playing certain music is feeding the paintings in some way. When I talk about my paintings, I like to say that they're all talking to each other and they're telling things to each other and communicating things to each other. Sometimes I'm not even aware of it, and I'll be painting something that I don't know where it came from, and only 5 years later I realized that I had made that shape so many years ago, and somehow it snuck its way through things invisibly and then appeared. And so sometimes shapes from certain paintings, they'll just make their way into what I'm working on, even if I'm not directly looking at a piece and saying, okay, I want to take that symbol and put it into my painting. When you're creating your own language of forms and shapes, you're seeing the shapes evolve, like a garden growing, but it's very slow. And so you don't always see the immediate blossoming of the shapes that you're making. But sometimes when you leave and then you come back to it, then you see, oh my gosh, it's grown so much. The plant has grown so much. But if you're just staring at the plant, then you're not going to see it growing.
We give thanks for this life we have been given to share.
Hey everyone, I trust you're well and I hope you're enjoying our newest film with Sedona Cohen so far. As I'm currently here in Portugal to shoot a couple of new films for this channel, I was reminded that I still have to shoot an advertising break for this film. So here I am on this beautiful sand formation, and I want to let you know that from today onwards there will be art prints available on our website that we produce in tight collaboration with the artists that you see here on Hometown Journal. And if you check out the link in the description, you will now find 4 artworks by Sedona Cohen that come, if you ask me, at a very affordable price, perfect for your student home or for your apartment. They will look really beautiful if you frame them. We will ship them worldwide. So if you like Sedona's work, I can encourage you to check out the link in the description. And also I want to say thank you to everyone who has become a hometown friend over the last few months. That really means a lot to us and helps us to continue making these films, to visit the artists in their studios, And if you should decide now after this video, I want to become a friend too, you can also find a link for that in the description. And I want to wish you a beautiful day and send you straight back to the film with Sedona Cohen.
But you guys are not even seeing the full freak that I am. One thing about me is I do love a good walk. Everybody feels better after a walk. And it's interesting trying to figure out a painting while you're on a walk as opposed to sitting in studio looking at it, because you're just looking at the version in your mind's eye. And so it's a different way of thinking about it, of approaching it, and how to solve it. I feel like I think about or work with a painting while I'm on a walk, either when it's in the very beginning stage and I just have a small concept of what I want it to be, and then the walking helps me develop it further in terms of ideas and feeling. Or if it's later on in the process and it already has developed, the painting's already developed its personality, then it's almost like I'm having a conversation with that personality in my mind, and I can ask it, what does it want to express? How is it feeling? How is it making me feel? I guess all of my paintings, I can pose a question to what I'm thinking about. How can a painting be a game? Or how can a painting be a movie, in the sense that I'm controlling how you navigate through the painting and creating different pathways and different entry points. This was like the beginning of thinking about having a landscape and some kind of story playing out, almost like a movie in the painting. These are like two sibling beings here. This is just when I wanted to make my own rules of light, the elements, and so the light is coming from here, going into this machine, and the water is coming from the ocean, somehow going through these tubes into this machine, and the output is the clouds. I think I will probably keep exploring the seashell carving because it feels like I'm excavating this tile. Because when I carve and when I paint, everything I do is very different. The way that I'm painting on the board is very different. I feel like all of my choices and the way that I approach the actual painting is so different. And so if these shapes and these creatures exist in more of a living form on the paintings, then having them emerging in the board feels almost more like the history of them and their own species history. I mean, even when I was looking at a bunch of pictures of seashells before I was making this, then I was seeing this page about the difference between the circle and the spiral, and thinking about in what aspects of my life I feel like I'm just circling and looping around, and in what ways I can move out of that same orbit and expand the orbit so that I'm growing, I'm expanding in a spiral rather than just staying in a loop. It's just like this nice form that's a reminder for me right now to grow, and that I don't need to stay stuck in the same circle over and over again, because that does not serve me. When I first was making paintings, after being in this space and being so immersed in nature, the paintings were almost like studies of this alchemy within the world, the different processes of the elements and the light, and appreciating the beauty of that and observing it and wanting to create my own form of that for me to return to have that comfort and the healing. Now I feel like instead of coming from a place of observation and studying these different processes, now I would just want to come more from a place of gratitude for this amazing experiences I've had being in nature here and how much it's given to me. I want to create as almost as a gift back for the nature, to reflect its own beauty back to it.